Week 18. Last week I was saying week 16. It was 17. So week 18. Here we go. Last week with this goes back either Wednesday or Thursday. I sent him an email and I got to find out which one it is. This side of the house, the west side, is done. The siding's done. I want to go up and do some caulking, make sure everything's good there as long as I have this. I want to do the west side and get that one done. However, before I can do, the east side, before I can get the east side done, there is a trench right here that I can't drive the boom over. So looks like we're going to be doing burying electric conduit and that today. So I need to do that. The other thing that's funny is I'll be spinning you around here. So there is my skid steer, which is nice because the bucket for it, because it's got forks on it right now because I had to move some pallets and stuff, but the bucket for it is on this side of the trench. So good. I'll have to fill in some by hand so I can get the skid steer across it before I can start using a little more mechanical means to do this work. So electric line in and that. I was going to have some help today, but there was a scheduling conflict. So it's just me. So here we go. Okay, end of day one. I got a lot done today. Not as much as I wanted to, but I did. So I was going to have some help today, but guy couldn't show up, so had to pull wire by myself. So way down there in the distance, you can see the house conduit and the house wire comes up here. You can see the conduit there. The wire that you see there is a telephone wire. So I've got extra telephone wire here that I laid in the trench because the apartment has telephone internet and that's where they ran the line to. So rather than have them come back out and redo that, I just uncovered their line right here, got my own line here, extra here, ran it to the house, and I'll leave some extra right here, and then once I move everything to the house, I'll just uncover this, splice into this, and cover it back up. So we'll do that. The electric here, all the lines are run to it. Janet, don't make any comments about that conduit. I'm still going to fix that. It's just that I got frustrated with a rock down there. So that'll be good. This is the shop wire. It'll go on the side right there. I just have to get a 90-degree nut there for that, and we'll do that. But the house wire is run. The other wire is for the shop or for the apartment, and it'll stay because it also runs the well. This trench has the line in it for the shop in the distance. So you can see way out there in the distance a white pipe sticking up. That's the water line, because the water line runs right across here. I had to tap into it, so the shop will have water and electricity. So ran all the lines, got all that done. I also went back in the back and started running the lines for the sewer back there. We'll do that. Skid steer is sitting here because I believe I got a bad battery or maybe even a bad alternator. So we're going to have to take a look at that. I got this much of the trench covered up, which was good before it died on me. Which is good because you can see I got the boom on this side, so I can still get that side of the house done because it has to go back on Thursday. It goes back on Friday. Thursday's the last day. I also, when I was moving some of the vinyl siding material here, I also found some of the local wildlife. I'll show you that. This is why you don't just reach down and pick something up. You make sure that you kick it first or lift it with a shovel or do something. You don't just pick something up that could be under it. Oh, he used to have a head. Or she had a head, who cares? Yep, Great. And that local wildlife is somewhere in this trench right here in a couple of pieces. Anyway, so that's it. Tomorrow we're going to take a look, charge the skid steer, see if it's the battery or the alternator. We'll go from there, maybe finish up covering up some of these ditches, but most importantly, get the vinyl siding done on that side of the house. Okay. Okay, day 2, Tuesday. Skid steer issues. I think it's electrical. I just don't think it's taking a charge. We're going to let it charge and see how that goes. But until then, you can see the boom over here. I need to get that that wall done. So that's really my concern. Get that wall done, and then I can relax just a little bit. At least knowing that the tall stuff is done, and I won't have to worry about that. The chimney flashing, yeah, that's supposed to arrive by close of business today. So if that does, then I can put the chimney, put it together, put it on, and then that'll really be the last time I have to crawl on the roof for a planned thing. Anything else after that is just something that happened, but that'll be the last planned time on the roof. So anyway, vinyl day, here we go. Okay, end of day 2. That is still giving me problems, but I didn't want to mess with it because I remember boom goes back this week, so we got to finish, and we did. So that's all of the vinyl on both sides. So tomorrow I'll trim the finger way up here. I'll trim the ridge cap on this side. Plus the flashing came in for the chimney, so I'll put the chimney on, cap it, be done with that. And then I'll check each side to make sure that there's no caulking that needs to be done, get it around the windows, get everything else done, and then I'll be done with this. Then I can focus on fixing that so I can fill all of the gopher mounds. Because no one will help me fill the holes. Will they? Yes, you. Okay, day 3, Wednesday. So, like I said, I got the vinyl done on both sides, done yesterday. So now I'm gonna go back and as long as I've got this sitting on this side, I'm gonna go back and check that side. Now it's nice and light. Make sure everything is good there. Also going to. I didn't bend over the ridge cap yesterday. I need to do that. And I got the storm collar, so I'm going to put the chimney on. And then I'll take the boom over on this side, check this side, make sure I'm happy with it, see if there's any caulking or anything else that needs to be done. That way it's ready to go back. This still causing me problems, probably an electrical issue. We'll get to that. Not worried about that. Plenty of trenches here to cover up when I get around to it, so we'll do that. Most important thing is to get the sides all done so I know the boom is ready to go back and we're all set. Okay, here we go. Okay, end of day 4, Thursday. I didn't get a whole lot done today, mostly because I need to get these trenches covered up, and I have an electrical issue with the skid steer. So, got to change out some parts, work on that. Luckily, I've got a neighbor who knows all about John Deere equipment, so he's helping me out. And then I can cover up all these gopher holes so I can actually get back down there, and so that the front will drain some more. Did get laundry done today, got to get that normal stuff done. I don't know what tomorrow will hold. Tomorrow we'll work on the skid steer, but that'll be about it. I did straighten up the chimney. I think it's got a little cant to it still. Well, anyway, that's it for Thursday. We'll see what tomorrow happens. Okay, end of day 6, Saturday, the end of the week. So, got all the gopher holes covered up. I left down here uncovered a little bit. That way I can bend the conduit and everything around so I can get power into the house. But all this has been buried. I left a little spot here where the internet wire is connected, so I'll be able to find it and make that splice later. And the line that goes out there in the distance, you can see the where the shop is going to be. Covered that up. Had to end up borrowing my neighbor's skid steer. Mine's still sitting over there. Alternator, we had to order a part, so we'll do that. Still learning how to drive these skid steers, and so I'm going to blame inexperience and the fact that that skid steer that he had has a bucket on the front of it that is not a smooth bucket. It's got teeth on it, so it's really made for digging, so it's hard to really smooth out the ground. That's my excuse. Quite frankly, it's just inexperience on my part. So I'll show you the back and we'll do that. Here's the side of the house where the power is going to come in. The conduit sticks right out there. I'll have to cut and line it up so I can get it close to the house, tight, and then go into the wall. And that's the spool of telephone wire for the internet. Then I'll cover all this back up. So here's the septic line, runs out here. I need to cover this up a little bit better, but that skid steer with the teeth on it was a little hard. So plus I need to grab some more material to cover this up to even it out. But it goes right out there and down around there. We'll do a whole video on that when we get around to that, so we'll cover that later.